Hello, Grace family. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful Saturday morning. This is Matt Pollock, head of school on August 22, 2020. And wow, what a great first week of school. I am reflecting here on a couple of things this weekend and thought I would share this with you. First, this week was a typical week. A typical week for 2020. Yes, not really typical for any other year in the past decade or two, but nevertheless, this was pretty much par for the course of our experience in 2020, at least since last March. Well, beyond that first impression, I can say I am thrilled with the outstanding efforts of our faculty and staff to get settled into our temporary campus at Morris Hill. I think they did some exceptional work with your kids. I love seeing them in the classroom, outside, and in a variety of settings that really did seem like they had not missed a beat. Kids were listening, learning, responding, and laughing. That's a wonderful sound. We did experience some disappointment, as a few people reported that they had direct exposure to someone who had tested positive for COVID-19. You may have heard about those situations. Due to this exposure to a known case, those people had to go into a quarantine period and moved into our distance learning program. Of course, this is not what was preferred, but we seem to be working through these short-term adjustments fairly well. I am glad that as of Friday, we had only 3 upper school students and just 1 lower school student who reported a positive test for COVID-19. All of these cases were initiated from within their own households. 3 of these 4 never attended school this week, which of course did reduce exposure for others in our school family. I have heard that all of them are experiencing mild symptoms, and in one case, no symptoms at all. Unfortunately, student athletes on our high school volleyball team and our football team did have direct exposure, and this has resulted in cancellation of athletic contests this week. You can imagine that this is so disappointing for our students, coaches, all involved. Please pray for these people and ask God to strengthen them through this trial. We are hopeful that all will stay healthy and return to competition as soon as possible. We have just 3 staff members who are working from home due to their direct exposure, but none of them have experienced any symptoms, nor have they tested positive for COVID-19. We are so proud of our teachers and staff members as they have worked hard to follow protocol and yet also creatively continue to teach with highly engaging methods. They really are the best. And by the way, I should add that you, parents, are awesome as well. As I participated a little bit in our car line process, it was such a joy for me to observe your great attitudes as we all worked through these first attempts, your patience as we made adjustments, and your encouraging smiles and words to many of us. I think we learned a lot together and made some major improvements. Well, I guess we might say the first week is a mixed bag, if we are talking about emotions. Mixed emotions of excitement, disappointment, thrilling successes, confusing moments, confidence, and also uncertainty. I doubt any one of us will be surprised now at further adjustments that we will have to make in the days ahead. We must remain flexible as we are in an unbelievable time of constant adjustment in our lives. This is a time that provides unusual opportunity for personal growth, a time for strengthening our faith, a time for deeper love and care for one another. So, in conclusion, let's recognize together that God has continued to bless us and care for us. We can rejoice in his goodness. I hope you have a great weekend, and let's look forward to week number 2 just ahead of us.